Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. How was your week? How's your week so far?
Um, I have made some lunch and today I go to school and go to study lessons up to um special topic
Two sessions of.
that 2 lessons.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, what are the lessons? Do you know what the subject is going to be?
The lesson is say the 2 lessons. The first is um, physiology, and the the second is biochemistry.
Okay. Okay. And are both in English or in Chinese?
Um, the theology is only in Chinese, but the biochemistry is two language.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's difficult, no? Is that difficult in
Yes,
two
but
languages?
yes. So
Yeah.
I need to review my study, my work, because in the lesson some words I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any of the work? Do you want to talk about it today? Is there anything you can show me?
Mm, I don't have lots of words.
Okay. Okay. So we can. Well, if you ever need some help trying to understand the words in English, I can definitely help you. If you want to send me any any type of um, any type of homework that you have or any study paper that you have, we can we can definitely talk about it. Okay, is there
Thank you,
anything
teacher.
anything you want to talk about today?
Teacher decide.
Okay, I was thinking. I'm trying to find. I was thinking we could talk about Beijing. So, do you know what's happening now in Beijing?
Beijing,
Mm-hmm.
capital of China.
Sorry,
The capital,
the
Chinese capital.
the Chinese kettle. Okay, so why? So what's happening there now? What's happening in the city now?
In this city, Beijing is the center, is the politic center of China. It's from the Ming Dynasty. Um, because in the Tang Dynasty, the political center of China is not Beijing. It's Luoyang. It's another city.
Okay.
So from Ming Dynasty to the Qing Dynasty, the capital is Beijing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the Beijing is a um, ruler and the monitor live there. In the center of Beijing, it has a city. Someone told us um, the forbidden city,
Mm-hmm.
and the monitor living there. But from the another means is it's a beginning Chinese. It's a beginning new Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's from the Sun Zhongshan, and on the and the uh, uh, and the the nationalist the essentially static.
Nationalist Party.
Yes, it don't make a center the capital from the Beijing. That is in the World War II. So that two center, practice center. The first is Chongqing, and the another is Nanjing. But Nanjing was attacked and have been freed from the Japanese. And that so beginning from that, that is yesterday.
Yesterday.
In yes, no, yesterday the September 18 it's a important day, and on that day and in that day and so that day is important in China, and the all Chinese air ride thing. That is that
Air raid sirens. Okay.
yes. In that years and in the years and yesterday is an important day. So it is beginning the Chinese attack Chinese begin. We talked the September 18. And in that day, Chinese capital is not Beijing, but when the communist country is no power country in China. Yes, and they decide the capital and the plastic center in the Beijing. Beijing is not only yes.
So that's why it's called the. Is that why it's called the Forbidden City?
Yes. No, the Forbidden City is only a symbol.
Oh.
It's a symbol in China. Yes.
Okay.
But the political center is in the Beijing. Or important meeting, and another thing is in the Beijing, including in the October 1, it will have a it will have a review trip.
It will have a
because
it will have what? What will it have? Review troops. Okay.
Every year's review trip is in the Tiananmen Square. Because in the October 1, it is Chinese 17th birthday.
Okay, so it's the Chinese birthday on October 1st?
On the October 1st.
Okay.
So lots of practice activity happen in the Beijing. Lots of leaders always have a meeting in Beijing.
Right.
Someone said Beijing is a political center in China, and Shanghai is the economic center in China.
Okay, so is there a problem now in Beijing? Do people want so now for example, in the news now, there are people who are rioting. So there are riots. What are the riots about? So what are people protesting in Beijing? Do you know riots? A riot is like a protest, but usually violent. So what are people protesting about?
Protesting about?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, there's no protest in Beijing.
I don't know people protest in Beijing, but I know some people protest in the Hong Kong.
Sorry, in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong. I meant Hong Kong. That's right.
Yes.
So in Hong Kong, how is that different? So Beijing is more the Chinese. Well, how are they different? So Beijing and Hong Kong. So when we're talking about Hong Kong, why are people protesting in Hong Kong?
I don't know why, but I think it is in temperature. It is that
Impenetrable.
in the land people, in the Chinese, we know that Hong Kong is belongs to China, and someone said if the Hong Kong in the England ruler, it will be have a good future, but I don't think that. And but I know that people in the public who support Hong Kong. But I think a lot of people in the Hong Kong road, it's not the elder man. It's always a young man. They think they don't recognize. They don't accept China, but someone say some people, some young people is was incited.
Can you write it?
And was incited.
Instigated. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think in the China, in the mainland, in our in the younger now, our people that Hong Kong is a part of China, and we all like it. In my primary school book, it has a passage. It's about Hong Kong back China from the England, and we all think that is a good thing. But in the Hong Kong young people, it seems not. But I don't know why. But I think it is a mistake.
Right. This is really similar to a lot of other countries, right? Because other countries have cities or regions that are occupied by different people, and usually people say, "No, we have to take this back," or "We have to be unified," or "This is part of a different country." So I think it's a really common feeling sometimes. I was reading an article about Hong Kong, and someone said this: "We have to go back to our Asian roots." What does this mean, or what do you think it means? We have to go back to our Asian roots.
That is what people say.
Mm-hmm.
I that is Hong Kong people say or another. Can teacher write the question to me?
Sure. Yeah. So what do you think this means, right? If we're talking about roots, right? Specifically Asian roots, right? So if we're talking about roots, what does roots mean in this context? What does roots mean?
It's origin.
Exactly, right. So this is a one way that people are talking, and it sounds like you do not agree. Do you agree or no with this?
I to this question.
Mm.
And I don't know where is the Asian root.
For Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. I think Chinese is their root.
Right. Okay. So for Hong Kong, it's difficult to identify Asian roots. It's Chinese, right? So it's Chinese. It's a difficult history, Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong has a different history than Beijing, of course. So in Hong Kong, it was occupied. Is it still occupied by English? Is it still in English?
Yes.
It is.
It is occupied from English, and but our teacher died in the Qing dynasty. It was to occupied it by the England.
By England. Mm-hmm.
But they don't but they don't but they don't sign the lease. But they sign the lease. It's about it's
Oh right, so they are renting. They are in a way they are renting Hong Kong.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I know in that days people is don't go so here because in the nation they start the road 99 years. In the nation if a part rent to the another country 100 years and the part is belong to this country, so the rent is 99 years. The Chinese has decades.
Oh right. Okay. So for 90, and then when did the 99
100.
years? So almost 100, yeah. Right? So when did the 100 years begin?
It will if they rent the lease 100 years. If land part to their hometown 100 years, they will belong to another city.
Oh wow. Okay. So
it has only 1 year.
Okay. Wow. So that's very stressful. So they have to decide what to do. So that's why there are protests and riots, right? Because some people want to be, some people want to be still part of this occupation, I guess, right? And then some people do not. Some people want to. What would happen? So what will happen? What will happen if the lease is not signed? Do you know what will happen?
What happens if the lease not signed? In that years, the Qing dynasty's power is less, and they don't have the advantage trade weapon. They don't have the advantage weapon. And it is a master thing. But in our history book told us one thing is that lag behind it to be between. So so in that years it is the teen identity is not have some other ways to decide to lead to that thing. So they must and they have to lead the they have to they have to make to lead um, to run the Hong Kong. But now, um, if the country's power big and they will have they will have power to back it.
Mm-hmm.
So, some things that the younger people is a country's future.
Yeah.
A country must stronger.
Right. So this is important, right? Because of the way that people will travel to Hong Kong or live in Hong Kong, of course, right? Have you been to Hong Kong before? Have you traveled to Hong Kong?
Yes, I went to Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm. Did you like it when you were there?
To Hong Kong, compare with Hong Kong and Macau, I think I like Macau more.
Okay. Why do you like Mako more?
Because I think Macau make people think peace and it has another feel to people, but Hong Kong it's lots of building and make people very and make people feel pressure and I think Hong Kong is some Hong Kong people is not friendly to the mainland people. And I think Hong Kong have some Hong Kong people have some prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And they think they have some advantage power, advantage thing, and they think they have some their economic is quickly. But to my know, I think the government limit Shenzhen and Guangzhou's development to ensure the Hong Kong's economic substitution. But to this thing, some Hong Kong people attack Hong Kong. I think their economic will drop, and their economy will drop, and another city, like the Shenzhen and Guangzhou, will instead the substitution position. So I.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So I think that is a disaster to Hong Kong.
That's a difficult situation because of the history of Hong Kong, right? So so now there is a question of independence, of what exactly, how independent is Hong Kong from the mainland, and with that independence there is that feeling of maybe prejudice or cultural differences. When you went to Hong Kong, did you feel that there was in your opinion, was there a cultural difference between the mainland and Hong Kong?
I went to Hong Kong in the old years, in the Islam times, but in that time, and from now, I think Hong Kong's development is not very fast. gradually um, to my field, I think it's gradually winner. It's gradually winner.
It's waning. Okay.
Yes, because I went to another developed city in China, like Shanghai and Guangzhou, Shenzhen, and other cities. I think their developed is better than Hong Kong. And Hong Kong's advantage is that it's in the it's it's from the last century. It's from last century, but from now, its advantage will be small from the mainland. And I think Hong Kong cities it's small, but it's not denying that it's economical. It's good, but I think other cities will near it.
Okay. So other cities are maybe not better, but they're more beneficial because Hong Kong does have that sense of independence, or maybe even in a way like an isolation. I'm not sure, because if you think about this quote, "One country, two systems," what do you think it means to you?
Yes, I know this means. It's from the Deng Xiaoping. It's from Deng president. Deng Xiaoping president. That is mainland way way plus the it's because I think that is to ensure the Hong Kong's economic. That's because I know Chinese is it is a communism. It is a communism country.
Communist.
Yes, but the Hong Kong but the Hong Kong was occupied from the England, but the England is another. It's another. It is a capitalism country. So Hong Kong is adapt the capitalism. So if I think if a country wants to development, they will study adapt to the Hong Kong. So that is ensure the Hong Kong economic. But I think the capitalism and between the communities, it's only the difference is government. It's only from government. The government can regulate and control. So I think that is a good thing. when the market don't review by itself, the government control will make it better.
Wow, that's really interesting. Thank you so much. That was I did not know anything about Beijing or Hong Kong. So that was really interesting for me. So we can continue on Sunday, maybe, talking more about this. I really would like to know more information. Okay? All right, have a great day. Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.